It is a Europa night, but before we get to tonight, it's all about today because there's a real lack of news here, guys. A real lack of news. So I combined the best articles here for football, and we're going to talk about it. I say I combined the best articles. There is a lot of nonsense. That I've only got two. I mean, the Daily Record, right, are going with this headline. Brendan Rodgers begs Celtic fans to bury Hatchet with the board for greater Europa League good. The greater good. Hot Fuzz reference. Anyway, yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. But first, we're going to begin with Alex Mcleish and what he had to say regarding Russell Martin and Rangers' start to the season. That he was speaking to Het Belang van Limburg. The former Ibrox boss said, and I quote, "It's not the easiest club. Expectations are always incredibly high. You have to win the championship every year, and if not, at least finish above Celtic. Besides, the supporters want a spectacle. I'm afraid the squad isn't good enough for that, certainly not for the way Russell Martin wants to play. He swears by a passing game, which starts with his own goalkeeper. Like Pep Guardiola, he has millions of pounds to spend." End of quote. We got there in the end. Obviously, he's talking about Guardiola being able to assemble a suitable squad with money, hundreds of millions of pounds. Martin didn't. But you know what, though, right? I'm going to call absolute fucking bullshit on that. I'm sorry, Alex Mcleish, right? But it's bullshit. You want to know why it's bullshit, right? Pep Guardiola is spending hundreds of millions of pounds. Brilliant. Round of applause. Well done to you, Pep. But, and there is an almighty but, he is spending hundreds of millions of pounds in a league where most teams, pretty much every team, can spend over 100 million, right? So, therefore, it's not that special. Now, yeah, Man City have spent, I don't know what the net spend is, right? I wouldn't be surprised if Man City, they're right up there, right? Probably behind Chelsea and United, but just below those two, right? They're probably sitting third. Hell, they could be sitting behind Liverpool and Arsenal, but it's irrelevant because they're up there, right? But if you compare the rest of the league, Man City spend their hundreds of millions of pounds when every other team's spending hundreds of millions of pounds and loads of money. That subtracts what Man City can do with Pep. And see with Pep, I think Pep Guardiola is massively overrated. And he's also killed the game of football that we all love, right? He's made it fucking unbearable to watch 9 times out of 10, right? But look at Scottish Premiership. Look at Russell Martin. We have spent the most. We have spent more than every single other team combined. So if you can't just pass it off as, oh well, Guardiola spends hundreds of millions. Look at the situation. Look at the league, right? Man City, when they were spending like 50, 40 million on fullbacks, yeah, maybe back like when Pep first came in, maybe the teams at the bottom weren't doing that, but they were still bringing in decent players, right? Look at us. We're spending 40 million in a window. And St Mirren, a club that is renowned for finishing top 6, doesn't even spend anything. Spends the equivalent of hee-haw. So that narrative doesn't fly. Oh, well, it's alright, but Pep's got hundreds of millions. Yeah, but look at the situations. Look at the leagues. There's billions of pounds in the Premier League. There's hee-haw here. Come on, I get just to pass it off as, oh, well, Pep gets away with it because he's got hundreds of millions more. Pep is a good manager. You'd be lying to say he's not. God, fucking, I mean, we're trying to pretend that if we swap Pep Guardiola and Russell Martin, we'd be in the exact same situation here? No. Now, he was asked about the Bruges game. Mcleish said, "Don't even mention it. I was in shock. I couldn't watch the match, but a friend kept me updated on the score. 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. I thought he was pulling my leg. If the difference in the level between the Scottish and Belgian top clubs is that great, we're in for a tough evening. I'm afraid the current approach isn't realistic. I once had a manager at Aberdeen, a certain Sir Alex Ferguson. He'd always say you can take risks, but only in the last third of the pitch, and you did do your best to stick to that. The most important thing in football is creating speed, but for that you need quality." End of quote. Sir Alex Ferguson, the GOAT, right? The GOAT. He is the greatest of all time. I'm having no fucking if buts about it, right? He is the GOAT, right? And what I'm looking at here is, this is straight facts for Sir Alex Ferguson, and this is back in the 80s, right? He's saying you can take risks, but only in the last third of the pitch. Now it's the fucking opposite. The goalie takes risks passing it for the back. The centre backs takes risks passing it for the back. The full backs, you might get it in the midfield. Where do we not get risks? The final fucking third. right? You get your wingers, they run down. Oh, we'll run back the way. We'll pass back the way. That is what there is no risk. It's pass, 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 pass. What they do is they pass it around. Oh man, there's no killer passes up front. And the killer passes are at the back when the goalie ends up passing to the opposition or the centre back passes to the opposition. How many times have we seen it, man? The GOAT. The GOAT has spoken. Anyway, yeah, Alex Mcleish getting stuck into Rangers. Rant aside, I think we'll move on to what Rodgers had to say. A wee bit of what Rodgers had to say. So let's dive into what he had to say, and I quote, "I really hope so. I think that the lift that the supporters will give the team in these European games will be absolutely critical. What we sensed here tonight in our fan base and how fanatical they are can really push us in this competition. So I really hope so. I can't tell supporters what to do and how to feel, but really, if they can really help us as a team, then that will be amazing because we will really feel the benefit of that." End of quote. He did go on to mention a few things like Dyson Maida related, etc., but I'm not here for that. I mean, the Daily Record has looked at Rodgers saying, "I can't tell supporters what to do, but if there's long as they're behind this, it'll be amazing. We feel the benefit of that." They've took that and claimed that he's begged Celtic fans to bury the hatchet. Load of shite. Anyway, leave your thoughts down below. Big night for the coefficient, baby. Rangers take on Genk. Europa Nights. It's epic. You love it. Till next time. Peace.